Hello there, everyone. My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be sharing with you some of the best power tool savings or deals on Milwaukee, DeWALT, Ridgid, Ryobi, maybe some other brands. Did I say DeWALT? At the Home Depot for Father's Day. Now, here's the deal. Maybe you're a father and you shouldn't be buying your own presents. Well, I urge you, my friend. Now, listen, here's the deal. If you're a contractor and you're a father, you still got to get the job done. You might need to buy these tools. But if you're a father and you're looking to spark some ideas in someone that loves you for the best thing to possibly get you for Father's Day, share this video with them. Also, if you're not already, get subscribed and enable all notifications, because when we find the best tool deals, you'll find the best tool deals. Sometimes we find the deals that are not the best tool deals. We share them anyway. You want to know why? Because as contractors and tradespeople, sometimes they might not be the best deal ever, but they're the best deal at that time, and we need them because we just got to do our job. But get subscribed and enable all notifications, because if you watch the videos, I promise you, year over year, you will save more money as long as you're subscribed and you're taking our advice. Allegedly. You know what I mean? Sometimes people, I'm not going to get caught in the whole thing where, I didn't save any money. You know what I mean? Allegedly. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to backtrack. I'm a madman that doesn't know anything. And you probably won't save any money because. But I will say this. If you ask some people in the chat, in the community, they would say, hey, Vince has saved me money over the years. I don't know if they're telling the truth. I think they are. They could be, possibly, but I'm telling you. The other thing, I have another disclosure for all of you watching. If you're short on do-re-mi, you don't have the money, okay, or buying these tool deals means that, you're not going to use the tools to actually make a living or actually make any additional money in your life, and you need to spend the mortgage payment, your baby's formula money, the car payment, the electric payment, and you're not going to get a return on your investment, don't buy the tool deals. Okay, that's what I have to say. But before we show you how to potentially save some money on the best tool deals at the Home Depot right now, and listen, Father's Day is not until Sunday. We're trying to give you a little kickstart. I will tell you that these deals are limited time, limited quantity. They will sell out. Matter of fact, in the process of putting this together, I actually saw some things actually sell out that I wanted to feature. So don't snooze. You might lose if you do. Dominic, let's get the comments going. Before we get started, I want to say hello to all of you that tuned in early. Like Dominic Chesna. He says, hello, Vince. Hello, Dominic. It's nice to have you. D-Sack is here. He says, yo. Seth Wilbanks says, yo. Go Tool Reviews is tuning in. I feel like Go Tool Reviews is like on the other side of the world. But I think, is it Australia, bro? I can't remember where you're from. But nonetheless, we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for being here, my friend. My main man, Matt Ray's tuning in. Says, tapping in big time, Vince. We got Seth Plummer is in the chat. Says, what's up, guys? As well as my friend, Kenneth Sears. How are you doing today? He asks. I'm doing well. Thank you, my friend. He says, happy Father's Day to all you fathers and all you mothers out there. We got, let's see who else. Marshall Mathers is in the stream. Says, what up, Vince? MJ Harrington, the big man's in the stream. Says, what about my baby's formula? Cuz if you need to buy the baby's formula and you're not going to use the tools to make more money, don't spend the baby's formula money. We got Big Kevin Smith. Kevin, I don't have on my favorite button downs today. Sorry. Vegan Cookies Goods in the stream. He says good times, as well as Charlton Zimmerman. All right, here's the deal. Links in the description to get you over to deals if you wanted to follow along. I've also, down the YouTube shopping button, highlighted what I feel are some of the best deals for you to grab. I will tell you that you're looking at, where's it at? You're looking at, in some instances, up to 40% off select power tool combos. Now, there are a few that I will call out. I didn't want to necessarily, I wanted to kind of go about it a different way. But maybe we should just stay on the big page. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Maybe. Oh, well, look at this. At the Home Depot, you're able to actually heart some of your favorite deals. I will tell you this. Maybe we'll just blow through this on the one pager here. Yo, Vegan Cookies Good sent the $1 holler. Yo, he sent a piece of pie. Let me see. Look at it. We appreciate the $1 holler. Helps make this possible. Job site Johnny's checking in from the job site. What's up, Cuzbo? Do what job site Johnny did. Type out VCG Construction. It grabs my attention. You know what I mean? So I could answer any of your comments, questions, concerns. That's why we do these live streams. I'd like to answer the questions. I'd like you to become more involved. And here's the deal. If I don't get to your answer, right, the Very Cool Gang is a community of tradespeople, hardcore DIYers, homeowners that have had to spend numerous dollars on power tools and have done projects. They can help you, okay? They will answer your question if I don't get to it. What's up, Nick Hatsis? How you doing? All right. First, let's start out with this is the, I know it's in here somewhere. Let me see here. Where is it at? Here it is. Number one, you all know, if you've been here for a while, you'll know that I love M12 tools. I love especially the M12 fuel tools. I think that they strike a good combination of power, performance, weight savings, and size savings, okay? They also, I don't know if it's because people still, they've been sleeping on how great 12-volt tools actually are. You could seem to really score some great deals on M12 tools. Now, I have some theories about how 12-volt tools should be purchased, when they should be purchased, by whom they should be purchased, and what they're used for, when you should be getting them. I could make a whole video about that subject. Matter of fact, I might just actually jot that down. But here's the deal. If you would like to know the answers to those whole things that I just outlined, put it down in the comment section, not in the chat, and say, hey, I'd like to see this video. Maybe I've been buying M12 tools and I shouldn't be. Or maybe I should be. I will answer your question for you if you'd like to know my thoughts on the subject. Now, when it comes to M12 fuel tools, I think this is a great price because anybody that is a tool aficionado will know that this kit is marked down. Regular price on Gen 3. This is the third generation of M12 fuel tools. Quite frankly, this is pretty much my favorite generation of those M12 fuel tools, because they pack so much performance into these lightweight, powerful tools. It's amazing what Milwaukee can do. It's crazy. But you will know that combo kit, hammer drill, impact driver, and batteries charger in a bag generally costs $229. So it's already marked off $30. But what they've done to sweeten the deal, to put a little bit more sprinkle on the pot, what they've done is they've thrown in that little spot blower for your work area. If you're making sawdust everywhere, they've included that for free. $30 off. Listen, here's the deal. I bought that kit, $229. Spent the money plus the tax. It's worth every penny. Okay, to get $30 off, I think it's a bargain. To get the spot blower on top of it, it's great. That's why it's down in the YouTube shopping button. If you can't, some crazy reason, you can't use all your faculties to find out how that YouTube shopping button works, go down to the link in the description. It'll get you over to the deal. I like this one. This is my first favorite one so far for Father's Day. Now, yo, Chaka Gillis is in the... What's up, Chaka Gillis? Where's he at? Chaka Gillis says, why won't it come up? No. Let me go. There it is. He said, listen, here's the deal, Chaka Gillis. We appreciate that $2 super chat. He says, Ryobi equals trash. Don't be dumb. Buy Milwaukee, buy DeWALT. Here's the deal. Listen, and we don't necessarily agree with Chaka Gillis. We don't. Okay? But we agree with his right to share what he feels is his truth. His truth equals his opinion, right? You people, that's my truth. Yeah, it's called an opinion, bro. Like, what do you, my truth? My truth. That's two words. You could just use the one word opinion. But we agree with Chaka Gillis' right to share his opinion. That's called free speeches. Okay, and he made one. We appreciate that $2 holler. Now, can you see the deals okay? Or do I need to make them bigger? Let me see if I can make them a little bit bigger for all of you. Here's the deal. I don't know, Charlton Zimmerman. That's a good question. Charlton Zimmerman actually asked a very, very good question. Let me read it here. It says, will ever 12-volt platform have a adapter to vehicle 12-volt auto system? Now, here's the deal. You can use USB plugs and connectors, as well as the old cigarette lighter adapter to power certain things in certain instances. Now, I don't know if you're talking about like a jump starter. I love it. I don't know if you're talking about a jump starter or something of that nature, but look, here's the deal. It's 12 volts. You know what I mean? 12 volts times 12 volts is not 24 volts. Okay? 12 volts times 1 is 12 volts. So you would think that it would be possible, not impossible, is what I'm getting at. Okay, Charlton Zimmerman? Let's talk about the next one. I'm going to go over. Yo, what's up? You do it? Yo, cuz, I feel like I seen you not that long ago outside the diner. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to share what they've highlighted as some of their best deals. That's why they're at the top of the page, where the link is in the description. Here's the deal, though. There mustn't be as much markup in Ryobi as opposed to like, or maybe I should just go over all my favorites first. This way they don't sell out. But here's the deal. Like, you're going to get 39% off of M12 fuel right now. Okay? But you're only getting 21% off a $629 kit from Ryobi. It just is what it is. Now, I'm going to highlight what's in the kit because, quite frankly, if you're a homeowner DIYer, you potentially get a lot done with this. They have a motor saw in there. We have a cutoff tool or a grinder, as lay people call it. We have an impact wrench, circ saw, oscillating multi-tool. We got a jigsaw, recip saw. We have this is a brad nailer, random orbital sander, flashlight, impact driver, drill driver. I want to make sure that's a brad nailer. Might be a little too much to go into. You know what? Let me know down in the comment section what that is, okay? I know it. Yo, I will, cuz. I will. You probably go see my sister-in-law over at the tell me if you go to visit my lovely sister-in-law over at the deli. You'll know which deli. They're world famous for their potato salad. If you say the name, I will know that you are definitely in the area, my friend. Okay. $629. The reality is you're getting a lot of value in this kit. You're going to be able to complete a lot of tasks. Now, here's the thing. How do you get so many tools, especially a miter saw, right, jammed in there? The reality is that they don't have all the bells and whistles. They're not going to have all the form and function that you might need as a contractor. But as a homeowner DIYer, you're going to get a lot of tasks done. You're talking about having a motor saw, plus you have a brad nailer in there. Think about all the molding tasks you can complete. If you're going to write up the honey-do list for the father or husband in your life, buy him the tools he needs. Here you go. Yo, Pops, share it with the missus, the video, that is. Maybe she'll pick this up for you. I mean, if she's asking you to do the chores, okay, she should at least buy the tools for you. You know what I mean? You're providing the labor. She should provide the tools. Maybe even all the raw materials, if you ask me. I don't know. Let me see here. Come stay with us down the shore in Wildwood this summer. Cuz I was just down there, cuz. What's up, David Feldman? That's pretty funny. Samian. You're crazy, Samian. All right, let's move on. This is not my favorite deal, but there's a lot to be done with that deal. Ridgid has their top tier offering for today. This is limited time only. This one's going to end in a number of hours. But you can see here, this is their 8-tool combo. We have a little blower. I got to be honest with you. When it comes to form and function with Ridgid versus Ryobi, you're getting that lifetime limited warranty with the Ridgid. Here's the deal, though. Like, they threw in this blower, and I feel like, if you're a homeowner DIYer, you don't necessarily need like a spot blower. Use a a dust broom and a dustpan for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want one of my tools to be that little spot blower. But with that being said, yeah, you got impact driver, drill driver, oscillating multi-tool, recip saw, random orbital sander, and a circ saw. You're getting a couple batteries in here, a 4 and a 2. You're getting a charger, getting a couple bags. You could get a lot done here. Now, if having a limited lifetime warranty means something to you, you want to protect your investment, that would be the move. Okay. So that might be the one for you. Let's move through. Now, let me just go through all the high count toolkits. Let's move on to $649 from DeWALT. It's a 9-tool combo. So you're a couple tools short. You're a few tools short of the Ryobi deal. For a couple dollars more, here's the deal. You're getting drill driver, impact driver, flashlight, recip saw, circ saw. You get a little job site radio, charger. That doesn't count as a tool. Cutoff tool, oscillating multi-tool, right angle drill, plus you're throwing in, and this one also comes with 2 2-amp-hour batteries, charger, bags, plus you're throwing in a 5-amp-hour battery. This one's at $649. It's a savings of 38% compared to, and I'm just going to go back to it. If you're looking at the Ryobis, or Ryobi, depending on how you pronounce it, the savings is only 21%. They're only knocking 21% off of the Ryobi. Now, here's the deal. They're saying, what Ryobi's saying here is the margins are razor thin, so they can't knock that much off because they're giving you so much value already. That's what they're saying. That's what I'm hearing. Yo, what's with the little crowns? Like Samian, right now, the community leaderboard, I should somehow share that. Oh, their experience points. In number 1 is You Do It. Number 2 is Kenneth Sears. Samian is in 3rd place. And coming up in number 4 is Matt Ray's. MJ Harrington's in 5th. Joe is in number 6. Here's the reality of it, though. You know what they say? If you're not first, you're last. This is what it is. So get the experience points. What's up, Blocky? How you doing? He's tuning in. What's Blocky saying? Blocky is saying Cletus. That's Blocky's. That's his nickname for me, Cletus. Just like Blocky is my nickname for Blake. See how that works around here? We get to know one another. If you've stumbled upon this stream, you're watching, you're partaking in. We are the coolest community on all the interwebs, including here in YouTube. Okay, we're like a family, highly dysfunctional family that is, but we're like a family. That's right, You Do It. He says, shout out to my experience points. I love it. All right, let's move on. If we scroll, let me go through so they're featured. Okay, here we go. This is part of today's, and I want everybody to know, special buy is going to last for another 13 hours, 41 minutes, 35 seconds. So don't miss out. Here is Gen 3 Combo Kit, Hammer Drill Impact Driver from Milwaukee Tool. This is on their M18 platform, M18 fuel platform. So don't get it confused with the M12 fuel that I showed you earlier. There's higher voltages with this platform. This combo kit is normally $399. They've discounted it down because they're making this part of the Father's Day gifts. $349. Now, exclusively, what they've done is they've given you the opportunity to give Pops everything he needs to start his screwing, okay, and fastening duties that you want him to do for you. They're throwing in a Shockwave 50-piece drill and driver bit set as well. It has some adapters in there, 4x4 adapters. Got some nut setters in there, 4x3/8 adapter. If he's gonna tighten some nuts, okay, down. We got some driver bits in there. There's a whole bunch. So my point is that they're knocked it down $50, plus they're giving you that 50-piece kit. That's probably a good $24. Just saying. Links in the description. Oh, yeah, and it's in the YouTube shopping button. Don't miss out. No! Wow, look at that. I hate toys. Yo, I hate toys. He says, you are dope, bro. Wait, are you saying I'm a dope, or are you saying I'm dope, like a good thing? I want to know. Any deals on Milwaukee sprayers? I can look for you in a second. Max B49. What's up, Cosmo? He says, let me pull it up for my friend. He says, Vince, thank you for the live stream. Max B49, thank you for participating and being here in the live stream. Here's my boy, Cuz. We're all about the positivity. The Nobody says, is a 6.5-inch circ saw worth it compared to a 7.25? I love 6.5. They're compact, they're lightweight. They get 9/10 of the job done of 7.25. Just is what it is. I like it. Okay, but you have to ask yourself: do you need more capacity? Or are you limited on bucks? That's the thing. Like when you're buying something that's like, for instance, a 6.5 compared to a 7.25. Okay, it becomes the question of the weight savings, the portability of it, the lighter weight. Is that worth spending the money? Are you going to need the capacity of the 7.25 compared to the 6.5? That sometimes makes the 6.5 a niche tool. You don't necessarily, only you can determine if you're going to get your money's worth out of the tool. I don't know what your workflow looks like day to day. The Nobody. Now, with that being said, the Nobody, you are always somebody here with the Very Cool Gang. Okay? So you're not you should change your name to the Somebody. Okay? All right. Marshall, I have to pull him up. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on because I like this one. We saw the 9-tool combo. Vegan Cookies hitting with the $1 holla. Yo, let me hit the like button on that. Can I put a heart on that too? Whoa, we're going all out. Chaka Geely. Look at that. Listen, it's never required, but it's always appreciated. Thank you, Vegan Cookies. Good reviews for the $1 holla. We've already gone over the 9-tool combo from DeWALT. We've gone over the Ridgid combo. Wow, I'm way ahead of schedule. 12-tool combo from Ryobi. We've gone over the M12. You always should. Do you need more Oreos is what you should be asking yourself. All right, here we're going to move on to more M12 fuel and M12 tools. I like this combo. This is the M12 fuel die grinder, the straight die grinder, 1/4 inch, okay, and the 3/8 M12 ratchet. Now, here's the deal. It's not M12 fuel ratchet. It's the standard M12 ratchet. So just be mindful of that. You can see here, straight die grinder. You're getting 2 2-amp-hour batteries. You got a charger. You got a bag with this one. I like this deal. You're at $239. It's a savings of 44%. I like that one a lot. Okay? Links in the description. YouTube shopping button. Don't miss it. It's for a limited time. Listen, and here's the deal. If you're watching this post, the clock has wound down, okay? And it's past the end of the fourth quarter. There is no overtime for this. Okay? You only got 13 hours and change left on this. But don't get mad. Don't get discouraged. Get subscribed and enable all notifications because I promise you, lead up to Father's Day, we're going to have deals. Lots of deals and steals. Don't miss them. Let's move on. All right. Let me see. Oh, okay, we've gone over that one. Here's another. Three. This is the lighting combo. If you're on the Ridgid platform, here's the thing. I feel it. Balaki's right. He's got a good point before I move on. I can't do it. I can't move on. Balaki says, just saying, stacked 12 volts with these tools makes sense. And it would. So what Blake is saying is, if you were to go with a pouched lithium pack, a pouched lithium configuration of cells in the 12-volt packs, you'd be getting more wattage out. You'd have a cooler running battery pack. Be a lot of advantages to it. Now, here's the deal. I don't know if Blake, we got Pipeline is coming up in August, late August, August 23rd. Is it 23rd, 21st? Somewhere. I don't know. I'll look at the invite that I received. Here's the deal. Is he foretelling the future? Will they be offering pouched lithium in a 12-volt pack? Some of you that seen the leaks on the internet, maybe you can share it with me. I can't share it here, even if I saw some leaks. You know what I mean? They'd give the old cease and desist. Okay, they'd serve me with papers, and I you know what I mean? I don't want to get served with papers. But you could share it with me. I promise not to. I won't tell nobody where it came from. Not that anybody would know about it. So I'm not going to tell nobody. Your secret is safe with me. You could share it with me. That's right. You tell them. Yo, Chaka Gillis, talk about foretelling the future. He says, I'm out any later. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on. Oh, geez. I didn't know what he meant. I'm like, the bear. I didn't know what that meant at first, but it's pretty funny. So when he said shine on, I felt like the Den of Tools, who I respect immensely. I think he's got a good grind going on over there. Plus, he's a family man, and I dig that because I'm a family man myself, right? He's a father. I like it. I think that they, and I don't know him personally, but he seems to involve his family, and I think that's great. Okay. I feel like he's always said shine on as well, and that's why I said, Chuck, are you tuning in? Is like, are you actually the Den of Tools in disguise? But yeah, let's move on. You do it says, yeah, Jeff, Den of Tools is super cool, and Jeff's been around for, and I'm not necessarily on. I'm sure we would be if we met in person. We're not on a first name basis. You know what I mean? I think we've only ever he's participated in our live streams, and I've participated in his live streams, and like I said, he's been around forever. I think his videos can be very informative. I respect him as a creator and someone that brings information to the viewers. All right, let's move on. Vince, you need to check out the Klein socket game at Lowe's. Legit lineup. I'm going to check it out, bro. I'm definitely going to check it out. Let's move on. If you're on the Ridgid platform and for some reason Ridgid seems to be having a tough time winning you back, or a lot of you that were all in on Ridgid once they dropped the Octane line of tools years back, it seemed like you were a little perturbed. They're doing their best to win those people over again. If you're on the platform, though, and their tools are extremely powerful, they have that limited lifetime warranty. They have a lighting pack here, 3-tool combo, LED stick light, spotlight, hybrid panel lights. It's tool only, $129. I think that they're giving you a lot of value with their offerings. Here's one I know everybody's going to love. All the pops is going to be like, yo, get me that. Here's the deal. It's not a slider, but it is a high-capacity 12-inch double-bevel compound motor saw. It's coming with the heavy-duty work stand. It's at $349. You can see it's a savings of 33%. I love DeWALT saws. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. I'm going to check that out. The Nobody says the multi-tool deal is going $99. Here's one. These were available during the holidays in limited quantities. This is high draw. This is a high draw tool with a high wattage battery pack. This is the fuel grinder. This is the 4.5 to 5-inch grinder with the Forge 6 amp hour battery. The Forge battery pack is a match made in heaven for something like a grinder, because not only does it draw an enormous amount of wattage to run, it depletes that wattage and the available amp hour extremely fast, which in normal cases with cylindrical cells causes a high resistance situation, heats that battery pack up. You're not going to have all of that resistance. They're not theoretically, they should not heat up nearly as much with a forged battery pack. The battery pack itself has more pathways, more roadways to getting the power out. It also has more pathways, roadways to getting the power back in when you're recharging that battery pack. That's why it's a match made in heaven. The battery pack itself, when it first came out, $199. This kit with the forged battery pack and a rapid charger is $279. Now, if I was to pull it up, let's just look, right? Forged batteries. Pull up 6.0. I don't know if they've discounted down to $179. Wow. Is this a multi-pack? There's no way. There's no way. What is going on? Oh my God. A single 6 amp hour forged battery pack, $249. Oh my God. Is there a discount at multi-packs? Let's look. Nope. You're $479 for 2 8 amp hour packs, because they don't even have a 2-pack for 6 amp hours. Let's pull in 3, $699. Good Lord, man. All right, well, there you go. I thought it was discounted down. It's not. $249 just for this battery pack. That leaves the balance for grinder and charger. Wow, that's a huge savings. Happy Father's Day. All right, here's one. If you wanted a less expensive high-torque impact wrench, this one from Ryobi has 4 modes. You're getting a 4 amp hour high-performance lithium-ion or HP battery pack, charger. Sure, it comes with a bag. It's $199. Well, you can actually go to this video here to see the performance of that impact wrench. Did I say driver? It is ridiculous, Wings and Pizza. It is ridiculous. That's why we're giving you the savings. Yo, share this video with somebody that needs some savings. Okay? Help a brother out. I will tell everybody this much. I love when people watch the videos and leave comments and can appreciate the videos. Here's the deal. Notifications on the live streams, they don't go out like they used to. So help everybody. Join the notification squad. Share this video out. Okay? It would help the channel immensely. I would appreciate it. Please, just close the chat for 1 second. Hit the like button. Let YouTube know that you like the content. And it keeps me from getting bummed out about not reaching people. Okay? I'm taking my lunch with all of you. I have a great time with you. But I'm a more the merrier type of person. Please share the video. All right. I like this impact wrench. Let's move on. Here's one. If you're still using pneumatic nailers, whether it be pin nailers, brad nailers, finish nailers, DeWALT has a compressor for you. If you wanted to be somewhat cordless, this is the FlexVolt. It's 140 PSI portable 20. They're saying 20 volt. So is this FlexVolt Advantage? They're saying 20 volt cordless air compressor. So this is FlexVolt. This is a FlexVolt Advantage compressor. It doesn't need the FlexVolt battery to run, but they are including this is a free bonus, 6 amp hour FlexVolt battery. If you were to Google this compressor, you would see that this would be the price, $279 or $240, $49, somewhere in and around there, without the battery. They're including the battery with this one for free, $279. Let me see here. Yeah, 33% off. You're saving $139. Pretty cool. Dig it. All right. Ridgid, they're having a battery deal. 2 8 amp hour battery packs on their max output EXP lithium platform, right? $179. It's going to give some of those higher draw tools a little more. Don't miss this one. It's going to end. All right. Here's one I know you all love. Here it is. A single, now, don't get it twisted. These are not XR packs. If you needed inexpensive DeWALT 20 volt max packs, okay, a single 3 amp hour pack, $49. I know, it's just, if you needed a surplus of batteries, here you go. They have 4 packs for $157.91. Let me do the maths on that. Excuse me. $157.91 divided by 4. You're better. Let me see here. That comes to $39.49. Oh yeah, it's like almost $10 off. I mean, get the 4-pack. Yo, you having a cheesesteak? Nice. All right. Here we go. We got some ratchet deals here. This is 1/2-inch drive, not 3/8 drive. We have metric and standard kit. Includes some deep sockets, some shallow sockets. We have 2 extensions. I like Milwaukee's socket sets. I really do. I think that the drives themselves, the ratchets, they're of good quality. I think that they have a short swing to engage the next toofus on the notches in there. So you get a lot of spinning of the socket when you're moving the wrench in small increments. I like their stuff. Not everybody does. Professional mechanics don't necessarily like these kits. I'm not a professional mechanic. I spin the wrenches in my spare time on my own vehicles, not to make a living. And that means that I need to save money when I buy the tools. $189. There's a limit 5 per order. You can use the YouTube shopping button to find this one. This deal will end in less than 14 hours. Don't miss it. They also have, if you wanted to stay organized, they have a 3/8 drive. This is a metric ratchet and socket set in half pack out box. I like this one. You got your ratchet. Once again, a couple of extensions. You got deep sockets and shallow sockets. You even have a universal joint or a swivel. This is pretty doggone nice. And it's all organized already in foam. $89.97. I like that one. I also like I seem to like Milwaukee's mechanic tools. You have open-end wrench, combination wrench, right? With ratcheting box end. This is a 15-piece kit. This is metric. They also have standard, okay, $159. But the reality is that everything is metric. Everything is metric at this point, except for Harley-Davidson's. They seem to be a combination of standard and metric in some instances. But at $159, I love that ratcheting box end. I like the warranty on these as well. Let's move on. They have a 2-pack of HP Ryobi batteries at $119. This is 2-pack of 4 amp hours. Like if you were to get a 6 amp hour, you're at look at it, $278. They're out of stock anyway. The 2 amp hours are $139. Psst. I don't know. Which one should I get? I think I'll take the 4 amp hour ones. Let me see here. Those are all the ones that I really highlighted because those are the ones that really caught my eye that I like the most. Let me see if there's any that I've missed that really catch my eyeballs. Like the high torque 1/2-inch impact wrench from Milwaukee with a standard 5 amp hour battery. I don't know. This might be the oil resistant one. It is coming with an impact socket set as well. You're at $444. Do I love it? No, I already have impact sockets. But, is it terrible for somebody that doesn't have impact sockets? No, it's a nice kit. Here's the thing that would make it terrible. Ooh, they might actually be metric. 1/2-inch impact socket wrench, friction ring, impact socket set. Let me see here. View more details. Let's see here. It's not really telling me there. Yeah, look at that. Yo, they're metric sockets. That's what I wanted to see. From 8 all the way to 36. So I will eat my words. That's a pretty doggone good kit. I like that one a lot, as a matter of fact. They have another one here. This is $529. This is also high torque. High torque, 444. This is a single battery pack. This is a 2 5 amp hours. And that impact socket kit in pack out, that one. It is definitely not as many pieces. You're at $529 there. Got some other deals as well. This is the first time I've ever seen this. 3 3/8 multi-material plunge saw kit with 2 amp hour battery. That's crazy. Some more Ridgid deals. They have some, I got to be honest, they had some blade and bit deals. They have some other pack out deals as well. But they have some other Milwaukee blade and bit deals. I just am like, when it comes to blades and bits, I feel like there are better options. These did catch my eye. the torque wrenches from DeWALT. I like this. Unavailable, though. Some of these, I did like this 4 amp hour starter kit, charger, 2 4 amp hour batteries. These were not high output, but they weren't. This was only $99 with the charger. I don't know. I guess Milwaukee days are over. Let me see what other comments we have down here, down below. It's pretty funny. So Steve here says, yeah, I've gotten cheap Vitos from Walmart. Weird deals come and go. I thought it was like cheaper. I thought he was saying cheaper deals. Be very mindful if you're shopping like on Walmart's marketplace. They are not an authorized retailer of Milwaukee Tool. So just be mindful. You're buying what could be either counterfeit, stolen, or tools that will not have a warranty. Just saying. Blake asks, do you ever see Flex coming out with a 12-volt line or bringing their existing 12-volt line to North America market from Europe? I gotta be honest, I will have to ask that question to Flex to get an answer. I feel like there's so much for them to accomplish at this point. Like, they've begun to go wide with their offerings. They need to go deep. So for me, I would prefer them concentrate on their 12-volt platform. Their 24-volt platform at this point, and expand that out before they bring another platform here. All right. If anybody has any questions, I'd love to answer them. Oh, so Steve Gale says that they're not an authorized retailer of Vito either. So be mindful of that if you're shopping on Walmart's marketplace. Listen, there's some really good deals to be had today, but we're going to continue to bring you more deals throughout this week. The lead up to Father's Day. It's happening this Sunday. Don't miss out. Get subscribed. Enable all notifications. You're not going to want to miss it. We might even make some exclusive deals possible. But they would only happen here. Don't miss out. Listen, I hope you had a great lunch. Leave it down in the comment section below. What deals do you want to see happen later in this week, or tomorrow, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday, or Sunday? Do you want to see a live stream from Lowe's this week, or Home Depot, or do you want me to go over to Harbor Freight? I want to know. Leave it all below. I take it all into account. All right. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. I hope you got the deal that you need. But I got to go eat my lunch and get back to work. I hope to see you all on the next video, which is coming up right after this. Make sure you click. It's going to be more tools. Don't miss out.